Nightline begins now with me, Liyana Hassanel. The top stories. MACC probes former minister over alleged corruption in land deal. And in his Christmas message, PM urges Malayians to reject hatred and embrace unity. Good morning. We begin the bulletin with this story. In Malacca, a company dinner at a hotel banquet hall descended into chaos after a fire suddenly broke out, prompting more than 1,000 attendees to flee the building in panic. The incident occurred while the event was taking place at the hotel in Bukit Katil at around 8 p.m. on Wednesday night. The State Fire and Rescue Department said an emergency call was received at 8:14 p.m. and fire engines and personnel from the Bukit Katil Fire and Rescue Station were immediately dispatched to the scene. All guests and hotel staff managed to escape safely. However, one person was rushed to the hospital for treatment after experiencing breathing difficulties. Investigations into the cause of the fire are underway. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission has opened an investigation into a former minister over allegations of suspicious sale of government land to a private company. MACC Chief Commissioner Tan Sri Azam Baki said several individuals will be called in soon to assist in the probe. According to Azam, the investigation paper was opened last Tuesday. MACC officers have since then obtained certain documents for analysis.
Siasatan dibuka melihat balik tentang isu penjualan tanah itu kerana dikatakan ada unsur-unsur yang mencurigakan hubungan penjualan tanah itu yang merugikan kerajaan.
So far, the former minister in question has not been called in to give a statement.
Tapi dijangka dalam 2-3 hari kita akan selepas pegawai saya menganalisa dokumen-dokumen yang ada, pegawai akan memanggil saksi-saksi yang berpatutan terlebih dahulu.
Earlier sources said the MACC had obtained fresh intelligence at the end of last month, almost a decade after the alleged misconduct occurred. The former minister is understood to have served in the cabinet before the COVID-19 era and had previously faced court charges in several corruption cases a few years ago. In a separate case, the MACC is expected to summon several witnesses on Thursday to assist in its probe into alleged corruption involving a senior armed forces officer. Azam said the investigation follows information received from the police, who provided details suggesting potential elements of corruption that need to be verified, particularly those on financial transactions. He added that MACC officers took proactive action on Tuesday by visiting the Defense Ministry to begin preliminary inquiries into several army projects from 2023. Earlier on Wednesday, Port Dickson Bersatu Chief Badrul Hisham Shaharin, also known as Cikgu Bart, submitted documents and information regarding the alleged corruption to the MACC. This follows his claims on Monday on purportedly suspicious large cash inflows into the bank accounts of the senior military officer and his family members. According to sources, the investigation is focused on projects carried out through open tender procurement, as well as acquisitions under the responsibility of the Army's Project Management Center, including aspects of financial compliance. PAS has sacked three of its members who are also Perlis State Assemblymen with immediate effect. Party President Tan Sri Abdul Hadi Awang said in a statement that the decision was made by the party's Central Working Committee at a meeting held earlier on Wednesday. He added the decision will be officially communicated to the Speaker of the Perlis State Legislative Assembly in accordance with Article 50A-1A2 of the Perlis Constitution Amendment 2022. However, he did not provide any reason for the termination of the trio's memberships. The three are Chuping Assemblyman Saad Seman, Bintong Assemblyman Fakrul Anwar Ismail, and Guar Sanji Assemblyman Muhammad Ridwan Hashim. It is believed that their party memberships were terminated after they allegedly withdrew their support for Perlis Menteri Besar Muhammad Shukri Ramli. The investments secured under the Madani government have not only driven economic growth but also delivered real benefits to the people. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim highlighted Malaysia's strong performance, noting that approved investments totaled 285.2 billion ringgit in the first 9 months of this year, an increase of 13.2% compared with the same period last year. According to Anwar, these investments play a crucial role in creating quality employment opportunities while simultaneously boosting household incomes. They also contribute to improving living standards and building a new, competitive and inclusive economic power. He added that this demonstrates the Madani government's commitment to ensuring every investment generates returns for the people, both now and in the future. Previously, the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, or MIDA, reported that 4,874 approved projects spanned the manufacturing, services and primary sectors. These projects are expected to create 152,766 new job opportunities. Meanwhile, foreign investment surged by 47.5% year-on-year, with significant growth seen in the services, manufacturing and primary sectors. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim returned to Malaysia on Wednesday after completing a 2-day special visit to the United Arab Emirates. According to a post on the King's official Facebook account, His Majesty arrived at the Senai International Airport at 9:20 a.m. and was welcomed by Comptroller of the Royal Household of Istana Negara, Tan Sri Azmi Rohani, Johor State Secretary Dato' Asman Shah Abdul Rahman, and other senior state officials. During the visit, which began on Tuesday, Sultan Ibrahim held a meeting with UAE President and ruler of Abu Dhabi, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, at the Qasr Al Bar Palace in Abu Dhabi. His Majesty said the meeting laid the foundation for broader and more strategic cooperation, further strengthening bilateral ties and reflecting mutual respect between Malaysia and the UAE. Discussions also covered cooperation in key areas, including the economy, investment, food security, and defense. The one-on-one meeting formed part of His Majesty's special visit to the UAE at the invitation of Sheikh Mohammed, during which he also toured 2 advanced defense technology centers and manufacturing facilities. Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has urged Malaysians to strengthen their resolve to reject hatred and foster empathy. In his Christmas message posted on Facebook on Wednesday, the Prime Minister said true unity is demonstrated when people respect, protect, and create space to support the country's future. He added that in a world facing economic uncertainty, humanitarian conflicts, and social divisions, Malaysia has chosen the path of unity, dialogue, and mutual respect as the foundation for nation building. The Prime Minister then extended Christmas greetings to Christians celebrating on Thursday, expressing hope that the occasion will bring peace, harmony, and prosperity to Malaysia and its people. In Malacca, the Serani or Kristang Eurasian community is fully prepared for the Christmas festivities. Yet what everyone anticipates most is the moment when the whole family gathers to celebrate this special occasion. Every Christmas, homes in the Portuguese settlement at Ujong Pasir are brought to life with bright lights and colorful decorations, turning the community into a beloved festive wonderland, a time-honored tradition cherished by its residents. Some even go the extra mile, placing Santa and reindeer replicas on their rooftops to boost the festive cheer. According to Marina Linda Danker, this year's celebrations may be simpler, but the excitement is still felt, as nearly all her family members are expected to return home.
Paling menyeronokkan ialah bila keluarga berkumpul. Anak pun yang ada dekat luar Melaka balik, and then keluarga saudara mara akan balik sehari atau 2 hari sebelum Christmas dan sambutan secara berkeluarga. Yang paling gembira adalah bila berkumpul lah, kita dapatlah berbual, dapat jumpa. Kadang-kadang dalam 1 tahun tu 3 bulan, 6 bulan tak jumpa kan, atau setahun.
The community also takes pride in preparing traditional festive dishes, including kari debal or devil curry. roast chicken, chapchai, achar chili, and an array of homemade cakes. For Marina's youngest son, 24-year-old Ezekiel Brandon Hendricks, Christmas is also the perfect opportunity to strengthen family bonds and celebrate togetherness.
Something different, very hard you can find in other country lah. Like in here, I feel like the important like benda yang paling penting macam gathering antara sebab abang kakak saya semua jauh datang.
Meanwhile, with the school break and Christmas holidays in full swing, shopping malls nationwide have become bustling hubs for families to shop and spend time together. On the eve of the celebration, many Christian shoppers took the opportunity to make last-minute preparations for the festive season. A glimpse inside a mall in Petaling Jaya, Selangor, revealed a vibrant scene with colorful decorations creating a lively holiday atmosphere.
Buat shopping sikit and then makan lunch together, and then tomorrow esok kita orang akan celebrate dengan family. So everyone is getting together and then kita orang akan makan-makan and then exchange gifts. Gifts. Hadiah.
And also milk. Cookies. My gingerbread.
Yes, we're doing last minute shopping. We just went into Padini and spent a load of money there. So yeah.
Although online shopping has grown in popularity, stores offering decorations and festive items at attractive discounts still draw eager crowds. While Christmas is traditionally marked by home-cooked meals and time spent with loved ones, the festive mood remains joyous, even for those celebrating far from home. Nightline's Muhammad Nadir Asfar goes on the ground to show how festive gatherings, acts of kindness, and shared celebrations bring communities together and spread joy far and wide.
Christmas is usually spent with family and friends. However, for some, high costs and work commitments force them to celebrate away from home. Many are finding comfort in small community gatherings, keeping the traditions alive despite the distance.
In the heart of Kuala Lumpur, Filipino nationals come together to celebrate the joy of Christmas. Despite being thousands of kilometers away from home, they make every effort to keep their cherished festive traditions alive. As part of the celebrations, Filipino Catholics observe Simbang Gabi, a series of dawn masses held over the 9 days leading up to Christmas. The services are followed by festive gatherings, where the community reunites to enjoy a lively feast. Adding to the excitement, a different group takes turns preparing the food each day, offering variety and rich flavors throughout the celebrations. Surrounded by fellow countrymen and embraced by the warmth of the local community, the festivities truly feel like a home away from home.
Now is the time that even if you are very far miles away from home, you can still feel like we still get to continue this tradition that is very much celebrated in the Philippines. So it's a great feeling.
Here, it's fun also with my family, friends, local and the Filipino community. Though I'm staying very far from Rawang, I drive all the way here just to attend this.
It's actually happy, and even though we are away from our family, so we also have our family in here so to gather our Christmas celebration.
In spite of the distance, the festive spirit unites people, showing that traditions, community, and shared joy can make anywhere feel like home during the holidays. Muhammad Nadir Asfar, TV3.
Merry Christmas from the Filipino community in Malaysia. Maligayang Pasko!
The cost of living in Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Pulau Pinang and Putrajaya has been recorded as the highest in the country. Based on the Essential Living Expenditure Index, the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM, has set Kuala Lumpur as their reference point with an index value of 100. For single-person households, Selangor recorded the highest index, followed by Pulau Pinang and Putrajaya. In contrast, the lowest cost of living was recorded in Kelantan and Sarawak at 53.7, followed by Kedah at 56.6. Now, a similar trend was observed for households with 2 to 4 members. Selangor continued to record the highest index, while Kelantan, Kedah, Perlis and Sabah were among the states with the lowest cost of living. MARC Ratings has affirmed Malaysia's sovereign rating at AAA with stable outlook. The top-tier rating reflects the country's strong credit fundamentals, supported by a diversified and open economy, prudent monetary policy, and a resilient financial system. The agency said the stable outlook reflects its expectation that Malaysia will sustain healthy economic growth, continue improving fiscal efficiency, and make further progress in addressing structural constraints, including broad-based subsidies, revenue leakages, and elevated public debt. This is underpinned by foreign investment, robust household consumption, and a stable labour market. Malaysia's external position also remains strong, supported by a current account surplus and adequate international reserves. Dozens arrested in nationwide online gambling raid. This and more after this breather.
Wanita hari ini. Syira, kadang-kadang apa yang dia cakap tu tak berpijak di bumi nyata lah. Saya tak pasti sama ada itu realiti ataupun fantasi. Musim tengkujuh ni makan apa lagi sedap? Sup ayam, ubi rebus, penggat pisang, semua sedap. Isu penindasan terhadap wanita tiada kesudahannya. Jangan biarkan diri menjadi mangsa. Majlis perkahwinan kini lebih kecil dan tertutup. Rancang majlis perkahwinan era baru Khamis ini. Mentua pilih kasih. Isu rumah tangga Jumaat nanti. Semuanya di WHI TV3. Dan stream sekarang ditonton.
Madu untuk suami, racun untuk isteri.
Abang dah buat keputusan untuk kahwin dengan Tia.
Apa yang ayah buat tu melampau. Tapi pilihan apa yang ibu ada?
Bila keadilan didusta, jiwa mula berkata.
Semua salah abang. Saya bila abang nak manjakan dia orang. Kami semua dah buat yang terbaik, bang. Dia keluar dengan lelaki lain, ayah.
Ya, aku dah menyampah tengok muka kau.
Ini semua salah ibu sendiri.
Adakah aku bersalah? Sabtu ini 10 malam. Dicurikan Rama TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui tonton.
Kisha akan putuskan hubungan dengan dia. Kisha dah tak nak tahu apa-apa langsung pasal dia.
Tak tahulah sekarang hidup ke mati.
Saya tanya mana suami saya? Suami saya mana?
Kita kena hormat keputusan Kisha.
Kisha datang jumpa ayah. Kisha nak tahu pasal.
Awak tahu tak betapa risaunya saya?
Kisha tanyalah bergambar sampai sini.
Aku tengok daripada pandangan mata dia tu. Macam ada benda yang tak kena.
Perempuan Tidak Ternikah, Isnin hingga Jumaat 7 malam di Akasia TV3.
Welcome back. A total of 85 individuals were arrested in raids on 21 call centers linked to online gambling syndicates nationwide. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department Director Dato M. Kumar said the raids were carried out under Op Dadu Mega, which began last Saturday. The suspects, comprising 47 locals and 38 foreign nationals, are believed to have worked as operators and customer service personnel. 20 of the premises served as call centers for gambling activities, targeting both local and international clients, while the other premises was found to be conducting fraudulent investment schemes. Those arrested are being investigated under the Common Gaming Houses Act, Immigration Act, and Penal Code for cheating. From January until Tuesday, a total of 117 call centres have been raided, leading to 713 arrests. More than 100 luxury cars have been seized by the Negeri Sembilan Road Transport Department, or JPJ, this year, with a total estimated value of 21 million ringgit. The vehicles seized under Op Luxury were the subject of various offences under the Road Transport Act. State JPJ Director Hanif Yusabra Yusof said 380 notices for various offences were issued during the operation. The offences included not having valid road tax and vehicle licensing issues. The vehicle owners were aged between 35 and 55, most of whom were business executives, sales personnel and contractors. The operation was aimed at curbing the trend of unregistered luxury vehicle ownership and use, as well as evasion of road tax payments. Vehicle owners wishing to reclaim their seized vehicles must settle all outstanding summonses and renew their insurance and road tax. Failure to comply within 3 months will result in the case being referred to court for forfeiture proceedings. Police have confirmed that the body found in a bag buried near a vacant house in Rembau, Negeri Sembilan last week is that of Suri Narudin. State Police Chief Datuk Alzafni Ahmad said the remains were identified by analysing the body's fingerprints, which matched records from the National Registration Department. According to Alzafni, police had also received DNA analysis reports from the Chemistry Department. Based on the DNA results, the comparison showed a close familial relationship with the victim. The 53-year-old entrepreneur had been reported missing since December 8th. Following the discovery of the body in Kampung Batu Empat Pedas last Thursday, 2 men were arrested in Melaka and Genting Sempah within 24 hours. The main suspect is said to have known the deceased. Meanwhile, while still mourning Suri's tragic death, the victim's family felt a measure of relief as the lingering questions surrounding her death were finally resolved. Speaking to reporters at Rembau Hospital on Wednesday during preparations for Suri's funeral, they expressed hope that those responsible for her murder would be brought to justice. Suri's body was later laid to rest at the Air Hitam Chembong Muslim Cemetery at 8 p.m. Black box retrieved from Libya Army Chief's plane crash. The details when Nightline returns.
Kau berilah semangat kekuatan agar semesta lautan dapat dipertahan untuk imbangi indera lautan.
Saya minta maaf, Hassanel. Saya terpaksa menipu.
Sorry for what? Ju aku ni angah, Ju.
Mak you dengan mak I adik-beradik. And I tak boleh nafikan yang mak you tu makcik I.
What? Apa kau pernah cakap dekat aku? Kau cakap dekat aku, kau mati lagi bagus.
Astaghfirullahalazim.
Salju Rindu di Bumi Auckland, Isnin hingga Khamis 10 malam di Samarinda TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Wanita penuh tempo, penuh cerita. Inilah Nona, inspirasi bertemu realiti. Setiap warna mempunyai keupayaan membangkitkan pelbagai mood dan emosi. Semoga istirahat anda memberi makna yang indah walau tempohnya hanya seketika. Dan terus setia sejam bersama kami kerana Nona, inspirasi wanita untuk semua. Nona di TV3 dan stream di Tonton.
Melihat kembali kanvas penuh warna dan helaian fakta.
Menurut peristiwa, kisah dan detik yang membentuk arah negara dan dunia.
Imbasan 2025, retrospektif wajah masa depan.
Ahad 28 Disember, 5.32 petang. Hanya di TV3 dan stream HD di Tonton.
News from the foreign front. Thailand and Cambodia reported new clashes along their border as the first talks since the latest outbreak of violence began. Thailand's military reported on Wednesday that clashes erupted in the border provinces of Sisaket and Surin. Responding to Cambodian BM-21 rocket attacks, Thai forces used artillery, tanks and drones, injuring one soldier and striking more than 19 Cambodian targets. Cambodia's National Defense Ministry, meanwhile, said Thai forces launched air attacks on Banan district in Battambang province, hitting a civilian residential area with 4 bombs. The latest fighting comes as a meeting of defense officials was underway, with ASEAN countries acting as observers, but was not expected to yield any major breakthrough. Turkish authorities on Wednesday recovered the black box and cockpit voice recorder from the wreckage of a private jet that crashed near Ankara the day before, killing Libya's army chief and others on board. Search teams found the wreckage of a Falcon 50 business jet, which departed Ankara's Esenboga airport for Tripoli, about 2 kilometers south of Kesikavak village in Hemana district. According to Turkish Interior Minister Ali Yerlikaya, the wreckage covered roughly 3 square kilometers, and the process of examining and evaluating the recovered devices had begun. Earlier, a total of 408 personnel worked at the scene, with 103 ground vehicles and 7 air vehicles. Authorities have launched an investigation into the crash that killed all 8 people on board. Lawmakers in Australia's most populous state on Wednesday passed sweeping new laws tightening gun controls and granting authorities the power to ban protests, following the Bondi Beach mass shooting that killed 15 people. The New South Wales government recalled Parliament to introduce what it described as the nation's toughest gun reforms. The measures cleared the upper house early Wednesday, passing by 18 votes to 8. The new rules will cap the number of guns an individual can own to 4, or 10 for exempted individuals like farmers. The legislation will also give authorities power to prohibit protests for up to 3 months following a terrorist incident. On to sports now. The Football Association of Malaysia, FAM, has lodged a police report over allegations of document forgery involving 7 national team heritage players. FAM Acting President Datuk Yusof Mahadi said the move followed the recommendation of an independent investigation committee, IIC, chaired by former Chief Justice Tun Mat Raus Sharif.
Siasatan puli ni terpulang pada puli lah dia nak ada, tapi siasatan ni berhubung kepada pemalsuan dokumen lah. Memang siasatan ni khusus kepada pemalsuan dokumen.
Yusof said the action reflects FAM's commitment to integrity, transparency, and governance reform in safeguarding national football. He added that FAM will fully cooperate with the police investigation. On December 16th, the committee urged FAM to file a police report to enable authorities to investigate allegedly falsified birth certificates involving the 7 players, noting that forgery is a criminal offence. It said an investigation was needed to establish the origin of the suspected forged documents and identify those responsible. Still on football, the Super League. 3 more matches were played on Wednesday night. Negeri Sembilan FC claimed a vital 3 points with a convincing 2-0 win over Kelantan TRW FC, while Immigration FC were equally impressive, cruising past Malacca FC by the same margin. At the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium, Kuching City FC let slip an opportunity to consolidate second place after being held to a 1-1 draw by KL City FC. Kuching City opened the scoring in the 31st minute through Ronald Ngawanja, who calmly finished from a Ramadan Saifullah Usman assist. However, KL City hit back just before halftime, with Safawi Rasid netting the equalizer. Despite a lively second half, neither side could find a winner, and the match ended all square. The draw leaves both teams level on 25 points, with the Cats remaining second courtesy of a superior goal difference. Turning to the 2025 ASEAN Under-19 Futsal Championship, Malaysia showed character to fight back from a 2-goal deficit and draw 3-3 with Myanmar in their opening match at the Nantaburi Stadium in Thailand on Wednesday. The young Tigers made a tentative start and were caught cold early, with Myanmar taking the lead inside 5 minutes. Iqbal Hazim Radzi quickly restored parity, but Myanmar responded with 2 well-taken long-range goals to go into the break ahead 3-1. Malaysia returned with greater urgency after half-time and were rewarded for their improved intensity. Captain Muhammad Faris Amshar Marhaidi reduced the deficit on the half-hour mark, before Muhammad Adam Ryan Nur Hisam clinched the equalizer 3 minutes later. Despite pushing for a late winner, Malaysia had to settle for a share of the spoils. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as large crowds gather in a downtown Bangkok shopping district for festive displays, complete with artificial snow, labubus, and massive Christmas trees. With that, I'm Hassanel. Thank you for watching, and be well, Malaysia.